Hey, yo.
Back hero.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Sentakyu. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.
Recalling random 90s kid movies.
Yeah, dog. The Land Before Time, dog.
Oh man, there was like 20 of them.
Yes, there was at least 4 that I remember. I remember being embarrassed one time because I went to like Kmart with my mom and she let me pick out a movie, and I was like 12. I was like older than you were supposed to. And I was like, "Yeah, hey mom, I want to get Land Before Time 4." She was like, "Really? That's what you want?" I was like, "Kind of." I do kind of.
No,
I was just playing on. Let me get
Mortal Kombat.
Let's see. Terminator 2.
Oh man,
That was a good one.
Are
Man,
you recording?
I am. Yeah. Angels in the Outfield was a good one. Yes, I am, and I can see that the audio was working too.
Okay, I'm just get scared sometimes.
Yeah, no, PTSD.
Got a little PTSD.
Angels in the Outfield was another one that I spent a lot of time with because I had the cassette tape.
Angels in the Outfield was good.
It's my favorite Christopher Lloyd movie, I think, even more than Back to the Future.
Man, 90s movies. Pagemaster. I used to love the Pagemaster. That was like a movie that I used to rent a lot too. And I used to be scared at the horror part when they were in the library.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie. Doesn't Whoopi Goldberg do one of the book's voices?
I can't remember, but that sounds familiar.
The fantasy one, yeah. Pagemaster is an awesome movie. What about? Have you ever seen? Before we went on air, we talked about Fern Gully. Secretly, the Avatar movie
doubt.
the entire plot from Fern Gully.
I don't even know if it's a secret. It's obvious.
Is it? Yeah. Is it a thing?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they definitely just copied that whole movie.
Fern Gully, Pocahontas.
Yep. Pocahontas is good. Underrated.
Well, I'm just saying that's another movie that
they
ripped off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Do you remember Balto?
I
Balto
do.
was a movie about the wolf.
I do, yeah, the wolf dog.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
And then there was Bolt, but I think we were too old for that. That's like a modernish.
Oh
movie,
yeah, Bolt is the Disney movie about the that's a good movie about the dog that thinks he's a superhero because he was on a TV show. Yeah, that movie is actually hilarious.
I remember Balto had a sequel too that I feel like I watched once.
I think it did. Do you remember the Brave Little Toaster?
Bro, no.
Brave Little Toaster was like
I never heard of that one.
Disney. It was like old Disney movie about this. It was just like this little boy, and it was a cartoon movie, but all these appliances like came to life. It was good.
Okay, speaking of old Disney movies, how about Fantasia?
Oh, I used to be scared of that movie.
Me too.
Oh, did you really?
The scene, with the
monster
wizard,
thing,
the big giant, the big strong ass wizard.
Yeah, that movie used to scare me when I was a kid. I think I think my mom has told me before that was the very first movie ever that they tried to take me and my brother to see when I was a baby.
Oh wow!
But it's just music.
Yeah, it's a musical,
but it's kind of scary. Do you remember Anastasia?
Mm-hmm.
That movie was really dope. The animation was super clean. That's when we were talking about like how in the 90s you had all these movies that weren't anime, right? They were like these animated films, but they looked a lot like anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They all looked like Studio Ghibli movies, kind of.
Yeah.
We're Back. That movie was dope.
Yep.
That was a movie with the dinosaurs and the circus. Kind of, they always had creepy adults, like creepy grown-up bad guys. All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best pizzas. One of the best animated looking pizza.
The super stringy cheese,
bro. That or the pizza from a Goofy movie.
Dog, I thought the pizza at the beginning of Turtles 2 looked amazing.
Yeah, it did.
And that everybody was eating at the same time for some reason.
Good movie pizza.
Yeah.
What are some other like
Dog, hold on, wait a minute. One of my favorite scenes was this Turtle, this was Turtles 1 when they come back into their lair after they got ran out, and Danny was in there eating pizza.
Oh yeah.
That nigga Mike ran over there and Donnie was like, nah. And they had a funeral procession
for the pizza. That was hilarious.
Dog, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny.
Classic. Shout out to that movie.
What is some other? I'm trying to think of some random, like we talked about that before time. What about? Do you remember A Troll in Central Park?
I didn't see that, but I do remember it.
It was so weird. He had like a magic thumb or something.
Yeah.
Like
that. And so yes, I do remember that. And then that also reminds me of Problem Child. Do you remember Problem Child?
Oh my god, bro, with the little evil junior kid with
and
the
then,
red hair.
And dog, for some reason,
he was so bad.
For some reason, that movie creeped me out because of that big like rock, the love rock. You remember?
Oh yeah,
and it like ran somebody over.
You have a good memory. Yeah,
it like crushed somebody.
It, like, killed somebody.
Yeah, I remember being freaked out by that. Like, I know this is supposed to be like a symbolic thing, but it's like a creepy lava rock.
Yeah,
it's like a fucking Geodude. No, sorry, like a golem from Pokemon, and it just crushed somebody. Like, this is fucking horrifying.
Oh man,
I remember that shit.
Oh, what other?
Here's a really good one. This used to be me and Edmund's favorite one.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Dog, Warriors of Virtue, bro. You remember that shit?
I used to love that movie, man.
That movie to me is it. I feel like it should be in the same tier as like, you know what I'm saying?
Like Three
Ninjas, Surf Ninjas, Power Rangers. But it kind of flew under the radar a little bit. It did,
but Warriors of Virtue, I remember that movie.
The fighting kangaroos.
But that movie had like the fight scenes were kind of legit.
Yeah,
though.
They were super legit.
And I had a lot of those toys too. They had like, you already know, a super wacky villain.
Yep. I felt like that movie was a little bit more serious in tone though. Like they were like trying to be on some philosophical shit.
Yeah, it was, and it was like one of those. That movie just reminds me of that era of like. For some reason, I remember watching that in Kazam like around the same time. Freaking Shaq.
Yeah, so we're not about to do the whole did Sinbad make a genie movie? He didn't.
Oh God!
I know you think you saw it, but you didn't. It didn't happen.
The Mandela effect.
You know how much I would love for the Mandela effect to be a real thing. Like that's right up my alley of like the perfect conspiracy theory.
You just gotta find something that because I feel like there is one out there for everybody that you'll be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but see, I agree.
Find yours.
I agree, and I found a couple of mine. That's wild. Like I didn't know that, but they're so random, and so easily confused. Like just to me, the logic breaks down. Like what's more likely? You just misremembered it, and you just got a small detail wrong from 25 years ago, which is like totally reasonable. Is that more reasonable than the entire universe? I'm so confident about my memory that means that the entire universe is wrong. Get the fuck out of here.
It's kind of a narcissist.
This is so ridiculous. Like, no, you forgot a tiny detail from 30 years ago.
Nope, whole universe
totally
is
fine.
off.
Like Berenstein versus Berenstain. Like, I get it, man. Like, that's easily confused. The Monopoly guy having a monocle versus not having one. Like, no, it's super easy to confuse. And the reason why we thought the Monopoly guy had a monocle was because of Ace Ventura. You remember that scene?
Bro.
That's why we got that in our heads.
Do not pass go. Do not collect
And you
$100.
must be the Monopoly guy.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
And that guy had a monocle. And
Bro,
so that's
Ace
why we thought about it.
Ventura, man. I'm kind of told you, man. I was a little surprised that Jim Carrey didn't make an appearance on the movies list. The 90s films.
Oh, he didn't.
He had a lot of bangers, man. I'm surprised Robin Williams didn't make an appearance. He had the most bangers in the 90s. He had Hook.
More on that
Classic,
to come.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yep. I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire had to be on. Wasn't that on like isn't that an honorable mention?
Yeah, it almost Jumanji.
Jumanji, yeah. Bro, Jumanji's another movie that scared me a little bit.
Bro, that movie was ahead of its time. I love Jumanji.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I wanted that board game so bad for Christmas every year, but I was too scared to ask
Bro, that fucking game, everything about it just looks scary as fuck.
Bro, and I was like, me and Chris would literally like, all right, let's just ask for it. And then I'd be like, you know what? No, I'll take it off. Take it off the list. I was too scared, man. In the jungle, you must wait until the dice read 5 or 8. My man was in the jungle forever.
For like 25 years. What the fuck?
Such a good movie.
It just seems like the rules are so fuck you unfair. Like,
yeah, that game was. And how about the CGI in that movie was like
it was
good.
straight. Yeah, it was
so
all right.
Good. It was all right. I was scared of the lion. I was scared of the freaking spiders at the end. All those giant spiders that come in. Bro, okay.
Stampede.
Me and my kids been watching movies every night. I'm about this is gonna make me want to watch Jumanji tonight or tomorrow.
Have they seen it yet?
Yeah, but years ago. I think if they watched it now, they would like love it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Indian in the Cupboard, the classroom.
Roll out the pizza or the TV cart.
The half-day classroom movie special.
Yeah.
They used to just play that movie all the time.
That one and the Page Master.
Fire. But yeah, man, like just 90s movies. We're gonna obviously get into it later. We just kind of were talking about it, so we use that to start the show. But what's going on, y'all? Episode 126. Let's go, man. What are you into currently, my friend? We got a lot of stuff to talk about, by the way. Like San Diego Comic-Con went a little berserk.
It did. So I'm going to talk about, spoiler-free, what I've been into. I just saw Jordan Peele's new movie, Nope.
Hey,
man, that movie was fire, dog. I think it's my second favorite Jordan Peele. I've loved all 3 of his movies.
Wow.
I think Get Out is a fucking masterpiece. Like, that's one of the best movies I've ever seen. I don't think that Nope is quite as good as Get Out. I do think that I like Nope a little bit better than Us, though.
Okay.
And I'm noticing that there's like conversation around this movie where folks are really like not feeling it the way that I thought. I mean, I think in general people like it, but like there's more criticism around it than I expected. And I guess I can't really talk about it without spoilers, so I won't, but like just sit down and have a good time. Like just like pay attention. Like some of the complaints were, and this is a hard conversation to have on the internet. So when I saw the comments and saw some of the complaints, I just thought to myself like, oh, you wasn't paying attention. Or, oh, you're just a bloody idiot.
You weren't watching the movie.
Motherfucker can't see.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, I walked out the theater like, yo, really, it was really interesting, man. Like, just Jordan Peele does such a good job of, like, he's trained us. Like, just with his first 2 movies with Get Out and Us, he's trained his audience to like look for the clues, and I love that, bro. Like that's like my favorite thing to do.
I feel like as a director, that takes because if you think about it, this is what third Third movie.
Third that he's directed. He's produced some shit, but he's only directed 3.
And it's like in that short, with that short body of work, he's already got his fans. Like you said, he has his people trained to look for the clues in his films.
He's got a genre now. And
he really does.
I love just looking. I like went into the movies like looking for the clues, looking for like, is that gonna be a thing that's gonna come up later? It was dope.
Like what would you call this genre that he's kind of like, this subgenre that he's kind of created pretty much?
Yeah, it's like black comedy horror, like, and black not as in dark, but like African American horror comedy, thriller, suspense. So it's just basically just being black in America just made into a movie.
Yeah, and it's like, which is scary already.
It's horrible, right? And that's his whole thing, right? That's why he's so smart. What the fuck is going on my computer?
I have no idea.
That's why. Oh, let me just take this out. That's why he's been so successful, is because he's figured out the irony of like, being a black person in America is already terrifying enough. All I got to do is just tell some regular stories. You know what I'm saying? And just add a little bit of sci-fi to it, and there you go.
Oh my goodness!
Because there were moments, dog. So this is it's not even a spoiler. There is light description of a scene that I'm gonna share just to get a joke off. There's one particular scene where like the thing that they're trying to figure out what's going on is like over. I mean, because you've seen the trailers, it's like a UFO kind of thing, right? So the thing is over his car, and he's trying to get back to his house, and it was like chasing him, sort of. So he like stops the car, right, and like tries to wait for it to pass. And he's just sitting in his car for like 10 minutes. And so he like slowly opens the door to look up and see that motherfucker's still up there, and this nigga closed the door quietly, slowly. Nope. So good, dog. Just little subtle shit like that,
and it's like realistic too. Like that's how
black people respond to shit.
Would handle a
and
situation
it's like the kind of joke that's like, that was for us because we understand that shit. Right. This guy nigga said, nope,
nah.
It was so subtle, dog. The movie was full of shit like that. It was very good. So
that's what's up.
That's what I've been into.
That's what's up, man. Well, I think as if you listen to the Discord, or I mean, if you're in the Discord or you've been listening to the pod, you already know I've been into my son. His 100%. This will.
Hey. Well, actually,
the summer of 2022 is now officially will be known in our family history as the summer of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, bro, he got me. This little boy, shout out to Jay, has me all the way back in to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Brilliant.
So when I was a kid, obviously I was obsessed with Pokemon. I played Pokemon from elementary school all through middle school. And then I started to play Yu-Gi-Oh when I was in like 8th grade, I think. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards right around the time that Emerald was out, and I always attribute Pokemon Emerald to being the Pokemon game where I actually got good at Pokemon, and I actually understood, the natures and the types, and because that was the game that forced you to realize you actually weren't good at it once you went to Battle Frontier at the end.
Right.
So I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards right around a good age to where I could understand something complicated like a card game. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of us growing up, we collected Pokemon cards, but nobody played the card game.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So Yu-Gi-Oh was the first card game that I actually played. And the way that I got into it was the anime, right? First. I watched the anime. I don't know if you remember, but the anime used to come on right after Pokemon on WB.
Yeah. One of many shows to come on right after Pokemon.
Yeah. So I used to love the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, and then my mom got me a Yu-Gi-Oh game for Game Boy Advance, and that's how I learned how to play the card game, was through the game and the anime. Then I started getting the cards, and I used to play. I used to try to get my homies to play with me at lunch all the time, and he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I had to play with the sweaty kids all the time.
Right.
And so yeah, man, my son's, he's got me like all the way back playing. And I think, and like Pokemon, right? There's all people do when they play these games, you already know, they look up it's just like Pokemon, how you can look up the tiers and everybody just uses the same strategies, and the same thing goes for Yu-Gi-Oh. They got decks and people will just copy a deck that is known on the internet as like a good deck. But I kind of, I take the same approach when I do these things. I always just use my favorite ones, and I figure out a way to use my favorite ones. And my son, before I started going and finding some of my old cards, he was whooping me. So then I was like, you know what? I have to beat this kid, bro. So I started going. Me and him done been out all weekend, bro. Like going on these card stores, buying cards. I got a nice battle deck now, and me and him battle like 10 times a day. It's ridiculous. Shit. And then like, bro, today this little boy drug me up to the card store. We were up there during a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Holy shit.
So we got like, since we rented, we got like a free tournament pack of cards. It was pretty dope.
Did y'all actually go into it?
Yeah, we played. We got there kind of late, so first we played each other, and then we both battled like one other guy. So it was cool, man.
These look like some sweaty nerds.
It smelled like.
Look at these niggas. Holy shit.
It smelled like booster packs and poor hygiene in there, man.
Was anybody under the age of 35 in there? Except for Jay?
I might have been me and my 12-year-old son may have been the two youngest dudes in there.
Jesus Christ, these are some real sweaties, boy. Wow.
But like I said, like I literally build my deck around all my old favorite cards, and the cool thing is, like, first of all, playing Yu-Gi-Oh right now is one of the sweatiest things you could possibly do.
Facts.
But so it's like some of the older cards, they have like modern support for them, so you can still use them. You know what I'm saying? Like, my favorite monster ever in Yu-Gi-Oh is Buster Blader, and he's like specializes in killing dragons. So when I was a kid, that was my thing, because everybody only liked the dragon cards. You know what I'm saying? So I used to smash everybody when I was in high school with Buster Blader, because every time he kills a dragon, he gains 500 attack for. Well, actually, no, that's not right. Every dragon that your opponent has on the field, he gets 500 attack, and then also gets 500 extra for any dragon they have in their graveyard. So
so it keeps stacking.
So like, you playing all these kids that are using all these dragons, and you pull him out, you just like run through their whole, you know what I'm saying?
Rap.
And now he has like all these crazy support cards now, and it's like, another dope thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is if you follow, if you get cards that go with each other, like they tell a story, and it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buster Blader's got he's got some cool lore. Like, his character is, like I said, he's like a dragon. He's like a master of killing dragons, and then there's like if you follow the story in the cards, like, he saves this. He's like killing a dragon, and he saves this little baby white thing from the dragon, and he like starts taking care of it. And it's called a whelp. And then he trains it, and he ends up teaching it how to use the sword to help him kill dragons. You know what I'm saying? But it ends up being a baby dragon, and then it grows up and it turns into Buster Dragon, and then he has to try to kill it, and then it ends up being the child of the dragon that he killed when he saved it. So then he doesn't want to kill it because it's his friend, but it ends up turning evil because most of the dragons in Yu-Gi-Oh are just bad. You know what I'm saying? So then he kills it, and then he like infuses he infuses like its soul into his armor, and then that's how he gets like his big upgrade thing. So. But yeah, man.
Well, actually,
right.
Hey.
Big
well,
time.
Actually,
big time, actually. But been into Yu-Gi-Oh big time because of my kids. So shout out to him for that, man. That's my guy. And also Zatoichi. I'm on number 24. I got 2 more movies left, and then I'm done with the Zatoichi movies.
How's that going?
That's going, man. I mean, I got 24 in, bro, and number 2 is still my favorite, which is saying a lot because a lot of these movies have been really good. But I will say this, it's not gonna be easy. I'm on Letterboxd, and I've been ranking them on there. But every time I go and I look at some of them, I feel like I change my rankings around all the time. So it's like it's hard to rank them. But the movies are fire. Never have I ever got sick of them. I got 2 more left, and then I'm gonna probably do like a top 5 on here, so you guys can go watch some of them. But that's what I've been into, man. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Zatoichi movies.
Hey. Well, actually,
Hey. But real quick, wrestling recap, man. AW's on fire, as always. Last night, I watched Death Before Dishonor, Ring of Honor show. And, it was actually dope, man. As a OG Ring of Honor fan, it was cool to see Ring of Honor get a show in front of, like, a big crowd like that. That was cool. So, I mean, there's the perk of Tony Khan purchasing Ring of Honor. But then we get to some shenanigans, bro. Jonathan Gresham, been the Ring of Honor world champ. It just felt weird already off top. Like, I don't know if you know, but, Cesaro, that's what a lot of you guys know him as, but Claudio how do you say it? Castagnoli, I think. But Claudio, aka Cesaro, he signed with AEW. He's had a few matches so far, and he gets a shot at Jonathan Gresham, who's black, world title at this Ring of Honor show. Now, Jonathan Gresham has barely been on AEW programming since AEW bought Ring of Honor, right? Since Tony Khan purchased it, and has had now Ring of Honor kind of operates under the AEW umbrella, you know what I mean? And so Gresham comes out. They actually started the show off with the title match, which was nuts.
Really?
Yeah. So Gresham comes out. And he doesn't. And he usually comes out. He has like he wears the robe. He wears the octopus. You know what I'm saying? The octopus mask. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah. Like a Cthulhu kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a Cthulhu looking thing. And he didn't have any of that stuff on, and it just felt weird, the match being first and all. The match was actually good, but anyway, he loses. Claudio wins the Ring of Honor world title. Good match. Felt kind of weird. Are you
okay with Cesaro or Claudio winning?
I'm okay with Claudio winning. I'm not okay with Gresham losing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I love Claudio. I am somebody who remembers his history in Ring of Honor. Like, he's a Ring of Honor OG, and you know what I mean? And he's never won a world title. So yeah, I love it for him.
Yeah.
I don't like Gresham losing. Here we go again. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, you already know he's another wrestler that people love to complain about. He's not very tall, but he's jacked. He's freaking huge, but he's only like he's like 5'5" or something, 5'4".
When you pointed that out, I can't unsee it now. He is very, very small.
He's super short, but he's a really good, really amazing technical wrestler. But here we go again. This is a thing where people, he doesn't have personality, always, and it's like, bro, we've seen it over and over again when white wrestlers are good. Or I won't even say good, when decent in the ring, and they lack these other qualities that you need to be a big time like world champion pro wrestler. They get all the resources, man. They get a mouthpiece manager. They get stables. Right. They get all the resources to make them what they need to be. And when it's a black wrestlers, it's just.
They got to be like a fucking shooting star, or else they got no shot.
They got no shot, and this is just another example of that. And then whenever something like this happens, so word came out, I think earlier today, that Gresham, kind of got into it with Tony Khan, cussed him out. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of explains why. That probably explains why the match went first. It probably explains why he came out with none of his gear on, and then. He left after and then word is that he doesn't want to wrestle no more. He has to be released from AEW, and it's just like, bro, here we go again. how many times have we seen the situation? Of course, wrestling fans, you know, we see how racist everybody is, which we always see. Same with Sasha Banks' situation, and you know, ACH, all these things that happen. It's annoying. I'm tired of seeing it, you know.
Yeah. And Tony Khan we gotta start looking at the common denominator here, bro. Like, I think he does this thing where he recognizes that he's brown, he is a person of Middle Eastern descent, but like that ain't the same thing as being like. First of all, you're a billionaire, which flatly puts you in a different stratosphere. Second of all, that's not the same thing as being black, bro. Like, you don't understand just by being a person who's not white. Like, that's a very unique experience being 100%. A black man in America, or even more so a black woman in America.
Yeah.
And you got Big Swole, black woman, and now Jonathan Gresham, black man, and
Leo Rush.
Leo Rush. And all he did was try to stand up for her. Bro. That's it. I mean, he might be a little bit crazy anyways, but still, who cares? That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, weird, man. But I mean, the show was fire. Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, that match was dope for the ROH Pure title. Man, my boys, FTR, another classic with the Briscoes, man. This match was like right on par with that amazing match they had earlier this year. Best tag team in the world,
win? Did they got all the titles now? They got every
they already
title?
Had it. They were defending the Ring of Honor one.
The only titles they don't have is, ironically, the AEW
titles. But yeah, that match was fire. That was my favorite match of the night. Samoa Joe versus Jay Lethal was good. Joe won. That was a good match. So yeah, man, like it was a good show.
Sneaky good match for a very particular reason on Dynamite was Dante Martin versus Lee Moriarty.
Yeah.
So here's why, right? Like a lot of you wrestling purists, and again, young black kid, all he does is flippy shit. Right. Nah, that nigga was getting down. That nigga was doing the tech, all the tech.
Doing all the tech. And
he looked good doing it. He didn't even do any high flying shit. It was a straight up technical wrestling display. So I don't want to hear nobody's mouth, bro. Dante Martin he got all the stuff. All he got to do is get on the mic a little bit more. And look, bro, like this might be a crazy hot take, but I don't know if I see Kenny Omega, but I don't know if I don't see Will Ospreay, a Will Ospreay type career for him. Like, he's got that type of talent for sure. He's a little bit of a wooden Indian chief on the mic, but he can learn. He's only like 23.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
I mean, literally like we just talked about.
Right, get him a mouthpiece.
Why don't you help him out?
Put him in a stable.
All those resources you do for
Adam Cole, baby.
And I feel sorry for his brother, because his brother is good too, but I kind of feel like they need to break them up. Like, just have Dante be on his solo shit, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, wrestling real quick. G1's going on right now. I'm behind, so I will talk more about G1 next on the next episode, because I am behind. I'm a few nights behind, but also got G1 going on too, man. So there's quick wrestling recap. Boom. Oh yeah, Vince McMahon retired.
Nine. Fucking clown.
Comes the time and every man, my quad.
He just exploded backstage. He just went backstage and just like shut down. System malfunction.
Vince McMahon has retired. I mean, I don't know if I believe that he'll stay going.
I still think his hand is going to be in the product.
And you know what? Everybody will say, "Oh yeah, that's what he get." But you know what? They'll play no chance, and he'll come waddling down the aisle, and all the stupid fans will cheer for him anyway. So.
Just when I was coming around to Brock Lesnar as being, this guy's kind of entertaining. Nope, this nigga walked out because he was sad that his boss quit. You clown, get out of here.
Oh man. Jimmy Snuka killed his girlfriend in the 80s and Vince McMahon covered it up. All right, let's move on. San Diego Comic-Con, bro, lots and lots of trailers and reveals. I know a lot of people.
You have a list of reveals?
I do.
Okay,
I'm going to talk about some of them. I I've actually am blessed enough to have been to San Diego Comic-Con a few years ago. I got flown out there to do a hip hop and anime panel. It was dope. But I will say that San Diego Comic-Con is it's like the corporate Comic-Con. You know what I mean? Like it's
I've heard it compared to like E3 almost.
I would definitely compare it to something like that. It's more of like all of these huge,
it's like a press conference.
Companies. Yeah. There's people cosplaying. There's a lot of dope merch, and you get, as somebody who collects action figures, like you get to see the
right. I hear that like you go to something like DreamCon if you're a cosplayer, but if you're a toy collector,
this is the event for you, because
or like New York Comic Con too.
All the stuff comes out early. You get first dibs and like all the bro. When I went years ago, this was when the NECA, they're a toy company, they were doing like those figures from the 1990 Ninja Turtle movie that were coming out.
The super clean ones.
Oh my god! And I tried so hard to get one, and it was just like it was so hard. I was like standing in line to try to get the pack, because they had a pack that had all 4 of them in it. The mug sold out in like 5 minutes. And I was like, "Wow, can I just get one of the turtles, bro?" Like,
the 4-pack.
Dog, it was a lot, but yeah. So definitely, if you're a toy collector,
it's on eBay right now,
or you want movie news.
Oh no, this is.
I'm talking about the year I went, the first year I went.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the one you're talking about.
Yeah, the movie figures, they're super clean. But yeah, man, lots and lots and lots of like trailer reveals and like all this stuff. So I'm just gonna read off a couple things.
Oh shit, these are fire.
And we're gonna those are they're the best. I have Leonardo, and that's it.
Yeah.
They're really fire. Shredder, they got a Shredder one that's obviously amazing, because Shredder looked amazing in that.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna read off some of the things, and we're just gonna do a quick section of.
Dog, I might buy this shit right now. This shit only costs 40 bones.
Do it.
It's not bad.
What's that Shia LaBeouf meme?
Just do it. Oh, they got the mink coat shredder.
Yeah, bro. They got the clean shredder.
That's fire.
Babies.
They're babies. It was so mad.
Oh man. Yeah, Casey Jones kind of committed murder in the first Ninja Turtles movie.
Full blown murder.
What are you doing? He just
whoops. Like, no, what do you mean whoops?
I'm gonna kill him. that was so. That part, man. When I was a kid,
and also, bro, he was knocking out children with like baseball bats.
Casey Jones, man.
Fucking golf clubs, dog.
Freaking psychopath, man.
And now there was one scene where he just straight up socked 2 kids.
At the beginning, if Raph wouldn't have stopped him, Casey would have killed the muggers.
Right, bro. Like,
he even asked him to leave.
Cricket.
Hey, man.
You got to know what a crumpet is to play cricket.
Hey, get out of here. I'm going to teach these dudes a lesson. I'm about to kill both of these dudes.
I'm about to commit murder.
For stealing that lady's purse.
Right. No, they're slap on the wrist. No, I'm cutting off their hands.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Murder.
But, all right, man, let's go. Marvel, obviously, MCU phase. What is this? Phase?
So we're finishing phase 4. Okay. Sorry, no, we're not. Are we? Fuck, I don't even know. I think we're in phase 4 right now, and it's about to be done with like Ant-Man. And then phases 5 and 6 are up next.
I'm not sure. Whatever. Lots of stuff coming up. I'm
pretty sure we're in phase 4 right now.
I'm just gonna name some stuff here, and we're gonna play a quick round of Do You Care?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So, wait a minute. I had a list of everything. Stall for me real quick.
Motherfucking do
you
a
always
dance.
do that to me. You always like, I'm going upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like handle a life business, and you don't know when I'm coming back or not.
Down here, like, hey guys, what's going on?
And now back to the show.
But yeah, man. All right, let's go. Just some things that have come out. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Do you care?
Yes, I care. I don't like Ant-Man that much, but I mean, this is the beginning of Kang. I mean, we technically already saw the beginning of He Who Came Before, who is who has a variant that is Kang the Conqueror. So I mean, yeah, I mean, they're setting up the next sort of big bad-ish. So now we got confirmation. Well, we'll get there. So for now, I will say they're setting up potentially the next big bad.
Yes. As we all know, as comic book readers know, Kang is not the villain of Secret Wars.
He is not,
and we know that.
And we've been saying this shit for like a full calendar year, bro.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we've been on top of this
from jump. Like little dog. After the day after, like when I saw Endgame. Somebody asked me like, where do they go next from here? And the very first word that came out of the first two words that came out of my mouth were Secret Wars.
Secret Wars.
That's the only option.
It's the only thing you can do.
That's it.
It's the only way you can keep moving.
So this hot take is like literally 5 years old. Like we've been on top of this shit, or whenever, or when did Infinity War come out? Whenever, you know what I'm talking about. Endgame.
But yeah, man, and that brings us to our next thing.
3 years old.
Do you care
about what?
Avengers, November 7th, 2025. Secret Wars.
Let's do it in a different order. Come back. End with that one. End with that one because there's another Avengers movie that comes out before that.
It is, and that movie is Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
Yes, super excited about that.
Yes, man. Again, I care as well. I can't possibly reiterate more, guys. If you want to see a dope Kang story, the show's on Disney Plus. I talk about this cartoon all the time. Go on Disney Plus, find Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, watch the Kang story on there. It's so good. It was one of the big events that they did on that cartoon years and years ago. It's such a good show, man. You guys got to check out Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I can't possibly recommend this cartoon enough. I think it's one of the best Marvel cartoons ever made. It's, in my opinion, it's right up there with 90s X-Men, 90s Spider-Man. It is one of the best shows ever. You guys got to check it out. But yeah, man, obviously I care. This is going to be huge. This is going to be a huge movie. I'm excited to see what they do with that. Big care.
Yes.
Some more stuff. Do you care? Obviously, I know you care about this. But obviously, we got the Black Panther trailer.
Yes.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Do you care?
Yes, man. This is the thing that I probably care the third most about. So like there are two things. There's one thing that hasn't been announced yet that we're still in limbo of whether or not it's going to be announced, and y'all should know by now what that is. Hasn't happened yet. Right. I would say what we're going to finish with is the thing I'm most excited about, but this would probably be right underneath that. It's very, I mean, I think that Ryan Coogler is a fantastic writer and a fantastic director. I just got the feeling from that trailer that whatever they do to explain what happened to T'Challa, I think I'm gonna be here for it. And also, bro, fucking Aztec Namor, dog. That
yes,
fool looks so cold, dog.
Yeah, man.
Well, never mind. I can't because you flat out got like an inside line here, so I won't ask you any questions.
Okay.
And don't react to none of my. I'm about to give you some. I'm not even about to look at you. I'm turning. So I'm looking at the camera. Here's what I'm thinking. So clearly they're setting up. I mean, there's been several stories about Namor Atlantis going to war with Wakanda, flooding Wakanda, being a legitimate foil. Like Namor and Doctor Doom are like the only legitimate foils for T'Challa. Like he usually be having everybody's number, but Doom and Namor have been a match for him in the past. So it's, I mean, they're gonna, because Namor is an anti-hero, right? Like he's not a straight up villain in the comics. He's part of the Illuminati, actually. Which again in World War Hulk, when that nigga came, when Hulk came back and Namor was like, bro, I ain't had nothing to do with that shit. I did not attend that meeting. Take your ass to fucking Charles Xavier's house and deal with that because get out of here. I ain't had nothing to do with that. So yeah, I'm curious. So clearly, there's a situation where Atlantis and company feels wronged by Wakanda. Not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to. I don't really know what happened in the comic either. I'm gonna have to go back and reread that. And so like I'm curious about that. I'm curious about like how they're gonna explain Namor because technically in the comics he is a mutant, and we have confirmed that, and for better or for worse, and I'm still not certain about how they're gonna do this, but we have confirmed that mutants exist, at least to some extent, in the main 616 universe. So that'll be interesting. And finally, like, what are we going to do about T'Challa? Like, what are we going to do about the title of Black Panther? They teased someone who looked a whole lot like Killmonger. I get the impression, if I had to put money on it, I think we're probably not going to get Black Panther Shuri until the very end. And I think they might, like, a lot of people are talking about Killmonger being in the spirit realm. I tend to think that he's going to be, like, flat out, like, a back and in the movie, and he'll be like the first Black Panther that we get, and it'll be like a situation where Shuri is like, oh man, like that sucks because that was supposed to be my birthright, and then we get that at the end of the movie or in the climax. That's if I had to put money on it, that's what I'm betting right now. But we'll see. I'm not even gonna look in his direction. So let's talk about something else. I'm not even gonna watch this episode because I don't even want to see what his face looks like. Right now.
No, man, I did a good job of not saying anything.
Okay, cool.
But again, if you guys didn't listen to a couple episodes ago, the reason I know the story behind this entire film is because when I was in the Boston area shooting the film Year of the Rat that I'm taking part in, I was the dude that was training me and, training me with the fight scenes and the fight choreography. He is a stunt man who is actually in this new Black Panther movie. So he told me everything about it. So,
is that the brother with the locks?
No, that's James. This is Charles, the other guy.
Okay.
But yeah, so I won't say anything. But I will say that the trailer looks awesome.
Yes.
And I can't wait.
Some feels in the trailer.
Big time feels. Also dope that because obviously there are the two, hidden civilizations in Marvel are the Atlantis and Wakanda. I also think it's dope that they have gone full with this character. Instead of, I think it's better, instead of doing Atlantis, this is it's like the Mayan civilization, you know what I'm saying? It's like the hidden civilization.
Right.
So I think that's fire.
Here's one thing that I feel like if there was one thing that I felt the most confident about, it's Nakia turning heel. Because we know that character is a villain in the comic. And
yes. And Wakanda and Atlantis have big time history with each other.
Right. And also like T'Challa's, and we don't exactly know what happened to him, but we're gonna assume that he's dead, and that would be the perfect reason for her to turn heel and become a villain, is dealing with like not being able to process the grief or whatever. So super excited about that movie.
Me too. Looks amazing. All right, now we're gonna break away from some MCU stuff real quick. This is honestly something. This is something that I love and care about a lot. And you actually put me on this. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Shout out to Edmund. I know you are also a huge fan of the show. This is my favorite show ever, and you guys know that. They're doing another animated show, and it's going to be, or is it a show or it's a movie?
It's a movie, yeah.
And it's finally going to be about Aang and friends as adults. I care so much about that. I've been waiting for this since I was in high school. Korra was dope, but we only got glimpses of them as adults. So then I read all those there's like 20 million books. I read all those graphic novels. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Yeah.
Another non-MCU thing I'm excited about. I'm super excited about Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
The Rings of Power. That trailer was awesome. I love the Lord of the Rings movies. I know you're not into magic like that.
I plan on watching it though.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man.
I like spectacle.
Yeah.
That shit look good and big and fucking wild shit is happening. I'm here for it.
Yeah, that looked dope. I want to ask you this. X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care?
I'm sorry, what, dog?
That was the answer I was looking for. I'm sorry,
Do I
what?
care? Bro,
I overcare.
I care too
much.
I care too much. So to the point where when I saw the release date, I've been watching the X-Men TV show and I stopped watching it. Like, oh no, too soon.
It's too soon.
Too soon. Too soon. I gotta wait, bro.
So Magneto's gonna be the leader.
Hell yeah,
of the
dog.
X-Men. This could be.
Wait a minute. We gotta show respect.
My bad.
The fucking the honorable Rabbi Dr. Eric Lyncher, the Prophet X. God damn it.
Yo, I've always wanted them to go with the Age of Apocalypse look with the braids, the braided ponytails. Man, he looks so
and
dope,
bro, he got the breakaway M, the fucking breakaway jersey with the giant M.
He looks awesome.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people hated on the costume, but like,
of course they did.
Oh, so you don't read comics? Cool.
And you know what? Maybe that's what you just need to start saying.
Yeah.
To people.
Like, oh, I got it. So you're a fucking.
Bet. So you didn't read no comic books.
I got you.
Up.
So yeah, no, I got you. No, it's no big deal. It's all good. Not gonna be a gatekeeper, but at least I understand why you feel this way.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be a gatekeeper, but I will choose to not argue with you because we have access to different data. So like, just put it that way.
Oh man. But all right, man, back to some MCU stuff for this Do You Care? There's a lot of stuff they got announced, so I'm gonna kind of hop around, pick and choose. Thunderbolts, Do You Care?
This is one of the ones that I mean, sure, I care. I'm sure it'll connect some pieces, but I don't love
the team.
I would have rather them did Dark Avengers than Thunderbolts.
Thank you.
Personally,
Thunderbolts has had a lot of different iterations.
For those who
team
are
that they have, okay,
just like basically the Marvels, the Thunderbolts are essentially Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad. Basically, yeah. I mean, it's not quite the same circumstance, but like they got together a bunch of
villains,
anti-hero villainish people, and put them into a disposable team.
Now, I would assume that this would be all the characters that the Shield lady has been kind of recruiting at the end of the movies.
Well, it was going to be Red Hulk, but I think he's
the guy that played Thunderbolt Ross.
He passed away.
Yeah.
So they might do Abomination instead.
And then we got the other
Captain MAGA,
Captain Make America Great Again.
Yeah.
Black Widow's sister.
Man, she's so dope.
She's actually a better actor than
so much.
Scarlett.
She was so good in that movie, man. She was my favorite part of the movie.
She was really good in Hawkeye too.
Yeah,
the Bishop. She's so funny.
I'm surprised that they didn't announce Young Avengers. They're probably going to do that at D3.
Oh, there's a segment here for that. Relax. Go back.
Okay. Excuse me.
But yeah, Thunderbolts. I think I would care if the lineup was different. Yeah. I'm kind of indifferent on it though. Captain America, New World Order. Do you care?
Yes, because I'm interested. I don't know a ton about Sam Wilson Cap.
Yes, and
so I'm really curious about that.
I'm interested. As a comic book fan, it is cool to when they start doing things that you don't know too much about. Yeah, because then you can kind of just fall back and take it in for what it is instead of having all these opinions on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes. I am excited about that. We get some Adam Warlock. We're going to get the High Evolutionary. I read somewhere that we're going to, this is actually, that actually makes sense because I read this and then I remembered it again because I remember learning about it before, that the High Evolutionary is who created Rocket. So we might get some Rocket explanation.
Some Rocket lore.
Yeah.
I like that.
And, you know, I'm a big fan of Adam Warlock, bro. Give me any sort of Cosmic Marvel sweaty. I'm here for it. And Adam Warlock is really that motherfucker, bro. Like, he's another one of those, like, Superman past cheeses. He's a little bit different, but just in literal golden boy, like, literally.
Nah, that's true. I care. You know, I'm here for bringing in more Cosmic Marvel sweaty. Hopefully we start getting, like you said, we got the High Evolutionary thing.
Yeah. I just want one movie to show me the Living Tribunal. We got a snippet of him in the multiverse, but like, I want somebody to go have to stand before that motherfucker. and be judged. I want a scene that shows
I'm sure it'll be Doom at some point.
Oh,
That'd be nuts. And then Doom will, try to become him or something. But yeah, man, let's keep going. Couple more and then we'll move on. I would just like to say, so Echo, right? The show coming out.
Yo.
I would just like to say that I predicted that Daredevil would be in that show, and it's already announced that he's gonna be in that show. So,
and also the She-Hulk trailer. It took me. Did you see the She-Hulk trailer, bro? I was embarrassed for how long it took me to realize that was Daredevil at the end. It I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, who uses tonfas? It's not Nightwing. Yeah. Who the fuck else could it be? Because in my mind, I'm thinking about the Daredevil with like the fucking like
that
one
whip
with the
thing.
Stick
on it.
Yeah, the super long
the string on it. Yeah,
yeah. That's what I had in my head, and I was like, oh, they're going back to the yellow and red.
Yellow and red.
Motherfucker.
That suit was fire.
Yes, sir. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, man. Me too. And real quick, man. Secret Invasion. Do you care?
Not this version of it. If they're gonna do laughy sort of, you know what I'm saying, comic relief scrolls, I'm not interested in that. But maybe they can do the Secret Invasion where like the real bad scrolls are coming.
That's
you know
what
is about.
Because I was excited for it, and then you kind of talked me out of it when you kind of pointed out to me that it was probably gonna be like a silly thing.
Yeah.
But I think it could be. I think they could go a serious route with it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And I'll be honest, Secret Invasion was never one of my favorite comic book arcs because it was too. It was just too many opportunities for writers to just be like, oh,
then a scroll the whole time.
Right. Like, actually, I don't like what that writer did, so I'm just gonna say fuck it. And he was a scroll. So like, none of that shit counts anymore.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's facts.
It was just a little bit too much of that.
And then the big one, Avengers, May 2nd, 2025. Jeez, that sounds so gross. Or I'm sorry, November 7th, 2025, even grosser.
Obviously.
Secret Wars, man. Avengers.
Obviously. So there's one that you didn't mention.
Care.
Big care. There's one that you didn't mention that is super important, bro. They are doing, I think, the release date for Fantastic Four is.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's a full year before Secret Wars.
Yeah, it's November 8th, 2024.
So you know what that means, dog. Your boy will be there, dog. So we can do it right, goddammit. God Doom is the next big bad in the MCU. The next Thanos. I shouldn't say that. We've kind of minced words a little bit. Kang is going to be the next big bad, sure. But Doom is going to be the next Thanos level 3.
Thanos level bad guy.
Yes. And beyond, to be frank. Holy shit. So excited about it. And it's so fucking far away, dog.
It is. It sucks, but I mean, it's coming. And, is there anything that, so I said when you were talking, and I cut you off, what is the thing that you are most surprised that they did not?
Well, I mean, I kind of got my hopes up due to that leak that talked about them announcing a quote unquote a mutant related movie starring this person as that person and that person as this person, right? That turned out to not happen. It possibly still could happen at D23. There is a Deadline article that quotes a source that says that that people believe that Marvel is holding their quote unquote big reveal for D23.
Yeah,
and I can't think of a bigger reveal than that.
Yeah,
like what could possibly, because if it's not the X-Men, it would have been Fantastic Four, and they announced that already. Like, there's nothing bigger than that.
Well, there's nothing bigger than the X-Men,
right? And even if somebody wanted to make the argument that it's Fantastic Four, and it's not,
guys.
You can't even make that argument because they already did that. They announced it already.
Boom. Yeah, man. One thing I was surprised they didn't really announce was Deadpool 3. That would be mine. I thought that was going to be something that was coming, and it was not. For the record, I'm hoping that if they do Deadpool 3, come on, man. Don't do X-Force for real. Don't do the funny thing where they all die in 2 seconds.
Do it for real. Oh, my God. Maybe wait on Deadpool 3 until we get a Wolverine announced, or maybe introduce Wolverine in Deadpool
3. Oh,
yeah,
man.
dog. Okay, I'm with it. Let's make it happen.
Nerds.
Kevin Feige, make it happen. Make the call.
Do it, please. Do it. What's the guy you want to play? Do it.
Taron. I'm down for whatever, but I like Taron Egerton because he's short and athletic, and he looks like Wolverine. He's a little young, but whatever. It's fine.
Word. All right, man. If you had to cast a pro wrestler to play Wolverine right now, who would it be?
Jonathan Gresham.
Love it. that was such a good one.
I mean, he's literally the same height. Wolverine is 5'4". Like that's
100%.
Technically 5'4", like 400 pounds because he's all metal.
Yes, sir. That was a good
God,
one.
here comes Eric. He's making the joke right now.
No, Eric, stop
as
it.
he listens to it, he's saying it out loud right now, and then he's gonna what he's doing right now is he's taking out his phone and he's texting the both of us, and he's finding a GIF of Mario.
A joke that Wolverine is Mario with.
Yep, it's happening
claws.
right this instant. And send. There it is.
They probably weigh the same. And they might be the same height too. All right, man. Moving on. As you guys know, we've been doing our top 25 favorite Pistons players, favorite Warriors players, respectively. And we've been counting down our top 25 favorite players from our two favorite basketball teams all time. Last week, we did 16 through 11. Just real quick, my list from the beginning: Gary Payton II, number 25. 24, Leandro Barbosa. Number 23, Larry Hughes. Number 22, Gilbert Arenas. 21, Al Harrington. White! 20, Troy Murphy. 19, Mike Dunleavy. 18, David Lee. 17, Antoine Jameson. 16, Stephen Jackson. 15, Kevon Looney. 14, Monte Ellis. 13, Andre Iguodala. 12, Sean Livingston. 11, the second best shooting guard of the 90s, Mitch Richmond.
Hey, dog, we confirmed secretly better than Reggie.
We did, man. Stats.
Yeah.
The stats. All-star appearances, rookie of the year.
Dog, flat out, like, I mean, Reggie is more famous, but like in terms of the numbers and accolades,
yes,
dog,
sir.
Mitch Richmond secretly a little bit better than Reggie, dog.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's go. Coming in at number 10 on my all-time favorite Golden State Warriors players list, Andrew Wiggins. Let's go, man. Andrew Wiggins. Shout out to two-way Wiggs, man.
Right.
I don't think I've ever been more happy for a guy who is just getting hated on unfairly than this dude right here, man.
Career 19 points per game scorer.
Bro, Andrew Wiggins has never been a bad player. He got drafted
ever.
number 1 overall. People wanted him to be the next LeBron James, which, impossible.
Right.
But yeah, man, he got a really bad hand when he came into the league. Never been bad. Look at his stats. He's always been a good player. Dude comes to the Warriors, and Warriors fans hated it. I remember. I put a tweet in the Discord from the day he came to the Warriors, and I said, yes, we are returning to the way that we played when we won the first championship. This is Harrison Barnes times 10. You know what I'm saying? So he comes in, plays, you know what I mean, that first season, and everybody's like surprised that he's good.
I wasn't surprised at all.
And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. This guy's never been bad.
Right.
Obviously, this year, not only is he scoring, not only is he knocking down the 3 ball, he's rebounding, and this dude is locking up on D. And that was the most important thing. Shout out to Andrew Wiggins. Two-way Wiggs, locking up on D in the finals, rebounding. Man, just possibly my favorite two-way player in Warriors history. Like this guy, and like I said, man, he felt like more of a Warrior than Kevin Durant did when he was here. So shout out to Andrew Wiggins. He starts off my top 10 favorite Warriors list. Second favorite dunk in Warriors history, man.
God.
Luka Doncic on the poster, just disgusting. Coming in at number 9, man. Let's go. the second part of Run TMC. OG Chris Mullen. Oh man, love this guy. Knocked down, shot the blood, was on the dream team. Shout out to Chris.
Was such a bucket, bro.
Bro, Chris Mullen was a super bucket.
So he had 5 seasons between 1989 and and made 5 straight All-Star teams.
Bro, ridiculous.
And 1993 where he averaged 26, 25, 26, 26, 26.
Such a bucket.
On his cash was not quite as bloody, but he shot like 37, 36%. In one season he only shot 30%, but he was just filling it up from everywhere, being hard to check.
Chris Mullen was my guy. Out of the Run TMC, which was him, Tim Hardaway, and Mitch Richmond, he stuck around the longest. And when I think of the Warriors, he's one of the first players I think of in the team's history. So shout out to Chris Mullen. Coming in at number 8, a guy that was a little more around for my time, and that is my favorite dunker in NBA history, Jason Richardson, coming in at number 8, part of that We Believe team. Highlight reel, but also bloody cash 3-point shooter, man.
It was.
Jason Richardson was my guy. Him and Baron Davis, one of my favorite backcourts of all time.
Weird that he never made an All-Star team, man.
Yeah, it is, man. But he was around at those shooting guards in those early 2000s, bro. It was tough.
In 2005, he averaged 23, 6, and 3.
That's
and
my
shot
guy.
38% from 3 on 6 attempts. That's really good.
Yeah, man, that's my dude. But those early 2000 shooting guards, man. You had Kobe, you got D Wade, you got T Mac, you got Ray Allen.
T Mac, that motherfucker.
Yeah, bro, it's a lot. It was hard. It was a lot of got Ginobili. Man, who else? Because this was the golden age for shooting guards. The mid 2000s was ridiculous for shooting guards. Iverson was still going at that time.
You said Ray Allen.
But yeah, man, it was tough to make it as a shooting guard in that time. But coming in number 8.
Richard Hamilton.
Richard Hamilton, yeah. Jason Richardson. Coming in at number 6, I think this is the biggest surprise or number 7. I think it's the biggest surprise on this list. Number 7. This is very high for this guy. But I've been such a big fan of this dude from college to the time we drafted him, and constantly was just calling for this guy to be a main player on this team. He's such a bucket, and that's you got to have a pool party for the Splash Brothers, man. And that's Jordan Poole coming in number 7. One of my favorite Warriors of all time. Pay this man. This guy is Steph's successor, 100%. He's a bucket, can shoot the ball, handle the ball, finish at the rim. Saucy. Man, this is my guy. Shout out to Jordan Poole. So glad he was able to be a big part of the team this year and get a ring. Just a great offensive player, man. And me and you have been caping for this guy to get a big role in this team ever since he got drafted. So shout out to Jordan Poole. Coming in at number 6, this guy can get on my nerves sometimes. And no, I wasn't the biggest. I wasn't. He made, when he was on this team, this was when I kind of started to feel a little. I was starting to get. Remember, I told you that people bandwagoning your team can give you imposter syndrome. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? And that's Kevin Durant, man. But shout out to KD, man. When he is just being a pure hooper, he's the greatest scorer ever.
Dog.
Look at
this nigga, bro. This shit is so ridiculous. From even his rookie year, he averaged 20.
Yeah.
But after that, this is a list of his scoring averages from his rookie. He didn't make the All-Star team his second year, but starting from his second year, he averaged the following: 25, 30, 28, 28, 28, 32, 20, 25, 28, 25, 26, 26. And just efficient, dog. his true shooting percentage has been over 50% every single season except for his first.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Career 38% from the three, career 49%, basically 50% from the floor. One of the most efficient scorers ever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he's going to be able to do this for probably another 5-6 years.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Man, like I said, and in terms of the eye test, the greatest scorer of all time. Shout out to Kevin Durant.
Got 25,000 points for his career already.
Shout out to Kevin Durant, and 3 championships, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, and that's it, man. Actually, no, he got two. Two, my bad. 2 championships. Steph got 1 without him. Steph got 2 without him. All right, but yeah, man, that's it. That's my all-time favorite Warriors. From 10 to 6. Number 10, Andrew Wiggins. Number 9, Chris Mullin. Number 8, Jason Richardson. Number 7, Jordan Poole. Number 6, Kevin Durant. We can get into that top 5 next week. Boom.
All right, here we go. Pistons. Just a quick recap from 25 back. Jaden Ivey, number 25. He's not playing a game.
Man's instantly made the all-time favorite playing. This was, by the way, fans. By the way, guys listening to this podcast, this was before he played a summer league game.
Yes. Yeah, I was that excited. Just already.
This was before they drafted him. No,
So Jaden Ivey, Terry Mills, Dana Barrows, Kelly Tripucka, Brandon Knight, Brandon Jennings, Antonio McDyess, Bill Laimbeer, Lindsey Hunter, John Sally, Allen Houston, Tayshaun Prince,
Allen Houston,
Mark Aguirre, Jerry Stackhouse, and Andre Drummond. All right. Number 10, another young dog, but already the most prolific single-season shooter in Pistons history.
Oh, let's go.
Sadiq
Top 10?
Bey.
Yes, sir.
In the top 10, dog.
I love Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Trey,
right, dog.
That's
Let's go,
guy.
man.
I love Sadiq Bey, man.
Sadiq Bey. We thought he was just going to be a catch and shoot.
My second favorite player on the Pistons right now, man.
Yeah, man. He came into the league. We thought he was going to, just kind of a safe 3-and-D kind of.
Yeah, but I think me and you pretty quick saw that this guy was a bucket.
Because in high school, he was a guard.
He got one of those shots that just looks like it's going in every time.
Quick release. He got a little bit of dribble tech. He's strong. Got some bully ball to him. Been watching some Melo tape. Like, Sadiq Bey, dog, bucket. Like a straight up bucket.
In terms of a value draft pick, is he?
Oh man, one of
the best Pistons value draft picks of all time?
I would say the best value draft pick of all time for the Pistons is Joe Dumars because he was drafted in like the 2nd round.
Yeah.
Also on that list, is that true? Let me look that up. I don't know that that's true. I know he was drafted late though. Oh, I'm tripping. Oh wait, no, that's Joe Johnson. I'm 10th overall. Lottery pick as hell. But I'm not that far off. He was 18th, so that's still pretty good. I mean, the Hall of Famer, 18th pick, that's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there was somebody. Oh, Dennis Rodman.
Oh,
pick. He was in the 3rd round. Sorry. Because they did used to do more than 2 rounds, but that's not true. 2nd round, 3rd pick in the 2nd round. So he's
okay.
I'm sorry, my bad. There's a very clear answer to this question. I don't even need to think about it that hard. Ben Wallace, undrafted Hall of Famer.
Is he the only undrafted Hall of Famer ever?
Literally the only player in the history of national basketball
and he scared the lottery balls into giving us Cade Cunningham
right.
too. Only
undrafted
put some respect
Hall of Famer ever. But yeah, Sadiq Bey in the modern era for sure is the best value pick. I think we got Sadiq at 19. As a matter of fact, there's some Pistons nerds that still think that the Isaiah Stewart pick was bad because we could have just gotten Sadiq Bey. But like we got them both. Shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Yeah, y'all got both of them.
Right. So yeah, Sadiq Bey, all-time leading 3-point, got the record for 3-point shooting, and almost broke the rookie record. Dog, he almost broke I think Steph Curry has that record.
Whoa.
He almost broke that record in a
50-point game. Can't score 50 on accident.
Right.
In the NBA,
10 threes.
In the professional basketball
He made
league.
10 threes on NBA defenders.
Yep. Can't do that on accident.
But yeah, he almost broke that record on a shortened season. So this guy is a really prolific shooter. He's got to get his accuracy up a little bit, but he can fill it up. Shout out to Sadiq Bey. Number 9, I kind of got ahead of myself a little bit, but number 9 is going to be Dennis Rodman, the Worm.
Hey, Dwayne.
Dog. Dennis Rodman is a career 7-point per game scorer.
That's insane.
Career 13 boards. Oh my Lord. Okay, look at this shit. There's a gap between 1992 and 1998 where he leads the league in rebounding 7 straight years. Listen to these numbers, bro.
That's insane.
Holy shit,
Oh
Doug.
boy.
Also, he made an all-star team his 4th year with the Pistons, the year they won the championship, only averaging 9 and 10, which is interesting. But listen to these numbers, bro. This nigga
Game
averaged
changer.
19 rebounds a game.
For a season?
Yes, 18 rebounds a game, 17 rebounds a game, 17 rebounds a game, 15 rebounds a game, 16 rebounds a game.
That's ridiculous.
15 rebounds a game. That's 7 straight years. Total, like
Gosh.
the best rebound. I mean, I know it's a lot of. I mean, you could obviously make the case for Wilt Chamberlain. That nigga averaged 50 and 30 rebounds. I get it, but like, he was kind of playing against Bill. You know, kind of mailman.
Hey Bill, here's your paper. I'll see you tonight at the game.
These niggas was fixing carburetors at halftime, bro. Like
Eating cheeseburgers and smoking cigars
Right.
on the bench.
Like if you put Dennis Rodman back there, I'm not sure that he wouldn't have gotten.
Hey Smith, come on, you're going in. Put cigarette out real quick.
So I told this story about how when I played Smash with my little cousins, I was so I like wanted to get every single win. I wanted to get every single kill. I didn't just want to win. I wanted to be the only person with points.
Yeah.
Not even decisively. Like nobody gets any points except for me. And I feel like that would be what Dennis Rodman would do if he played in the 50s and 60s. He would get every rebound.
Yeah.
Nobody else would get one. It would only be him. So yeah, Dennis Rodman, possibly the greatest rebounder of all time.
Do we still have the mellow sound effect on the board?
We don't have it anymore.
Oh man.
But yes,
that
I gotta get the fuck out
was
of
him.
Right.
That was him times 10.
Right. Dog, even he was 38, bro. When he played for the Dallas Mavericks, he still averaged 14 rebounds a game.
Dude, I forgot he played for the Mavericks. That's so weird.
And he played for the Lakers one year.
That's like Patrick Ewing playing for the Supersonics.
Oh, gross.
That's like Hakeem Olajuwon playing for the
Toronto
Raptors. That's like Sean Kemp playing for the Orlando Magic.
Patrick Ewing playing for the Orlando Magic too.
No.
Gross. But anyways, yeah, man.
Gross.
Most prolific rebounder ever. One of the greatest defenders of all time. He gave birth to Draymond Green, kind of.
Yes,
Gave
sir.
birth to not quite, but he's a different kind of player. It's like if Dennis Rodman and John Sally had a baby, it would have been Ben Wallace. But just, one of the most ridiculous characters in all of pop culture. Like, not even just sports. Just a total
had a
madman.
movie in the 90s with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, it was Demolition Man.
No, it was Double
Impact, yes.
Double Team or Double Impact?
Double Team. Yeah,
Double Impact is a movie about Van Damme and he's like a twin.
Yeah, and then Demolition Man was Wesley Snipes.
And Snipes.
Yeah. Man, 90s action
Dennis
movies.
Rodman also was in wrestling. He was in NWO.
He was in the NWO.
Getting diamond cutted by Karl Malone.
Yep.
What
Oh
the
my
heck
God,
was
so
happening
gross.
in that night? In the
Get
90s?
Karl Malone the fuck out of here. I
Oh
can't
my
stand
God.
him.
Stiffest diamond cutter ever.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
All right, number
Gonna hurt somebody with those tight jeans, Carl.
number 8. Okay, the big man coming through, bro. Number 8, Rasheed Wallace.
Hey.
Sheed.
I don't think I've ever seen a player, maybe Kevin Garnett, cuss more on
Dog.
in the games when they
That
put the
nigga
camera
used to
on?
cuss so much, bro. Man, Sheed, dog. Sheed was every NBA player who talks about Rasheed Wallace.
They always say that if he played right now, he would. Like,
well, not only that, they said even when he played back then, they all say like, oh, if Sheed wanted to, he'd average 30.
Yeah.
Like he just don't want to play like that. He doesn't want to be the guy who he would rather play team ball than just be the one who scores all the time.
That dude's turnaround fadeaway looked like it was going in
Every time. That's to me, that's the prettiest turnaround jumper ever in league history.
Yeah, bro, it was nuts. Sneaky random. I used to see Rasheed Wallace all the time when I lived in Rochester.
Word. I used to see his son all the time. His son went to Cranbrook, I think, or we used to see him at Cranbrook or something like that.
Yeah, I used to see him at Best Buy all the time.
Dog. All right, funny story that I just heard about Rasheed Wallace on some podcast. Chauncey Billups said one time that he used to talk to, like, once she got like a foul and started arguing with the refs, Chauncey would go up to the ref and be like, man, you gonna let him talk to you like that? Like, to purposely go the ref into giving him a tech, because every time Rasheed got a tech, that's when he started going crazy. So Chauncey was trying to force him into turning Super Saiyan.
That is hilarious.
Shout out to Chauncey.
Wow.
Yeah, and Rasheed Wallace, man, he was the piece that got us over the hump, man.
He sure was.
See, little known fact, Rasheed actually played one game for the Atlanta Hawks and scored 20. Dog, this nigga had 25, 6, and 5 blocks. He had an amazing game.
Funny. One game.
1 assist and 1 steal.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he played great.
Was that before he came to Detroit?
It was like the day before he got traded twice in like a 3-day period.
I'm sure there's some Rasheed Wallace Hawks jerseys floating around out there. That's hilarious.
All right, and then speak of the devil, Wallace and Wallace, Ben Wallace, greatest undrafted player of all time.
Ben.
The only undrafted Hall of Famer ever, 4-time All-Star, 2-time rebounding champ.
Ridiculous accolades.
Block champ, rebounding champ, 5-time All-NBA, 4-time DPOY, 6-time All-Defensive Team. I mean, this nigga was a fucking like
all-time great player.
Literally all-time great. A modern-day Bill Russell.
Ridiculous.
Never averaged more than 9 points a game, but who cares? You know why? Because he averaged 15 boards and oh my god, dog. So in the during that going to work era in like his prime, he averaged 13 rebounds and 4 blocks.
Oh my
16 rebounds and 3 blocks. 13 rebounds and 3 blocks. 12 rebounds and 3 blocks. 12 rebounds and 2.5 blocks.
Oh my gosh. That dude, I remember.
And 2 steals, too.
I used to love Ben Wallace so much, bro. I don't think I ever liked a defensive player more in my life. He was he was a beast. He was like legit lockdown defender too, though, because he would like get switched on guards and he would like lock him up.
Yeah, he was the first like Swiss Army knife on defense, can literally guard 1 through 5. Like for real.
He was a house too,
like,
bro.
for real.
That was a big guy.
Because he was secretly like, they listed him at 6'9", but he was really like 6'7".
And he was like big though.
And he used to wear headbands on his arms. Like he was a absolute machine.
Oh man, what a beast! I used to love Ben Wallace, man.
And he loved him because he knew what he was and he got out of the way. You know what I mean?
And you can't possibly players like that.
You need them
because there's always guys on your team that you can't stand because they just always in the way, always doing too much. Like
that was Andre Drummond's problem.
I kind of talked about that. Like I loved Steven Jackson, but he did have some of that to him. Like, bro, it's the 4th quarter. Y'all down by 3. Why are you isoing at the top of the key instead of Baron Davis? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Move out the way for a while.
He was like that. But Ben knew how to do his job and get out the way, man.
It's great, man. He was just a modern day like defensive. Like, can you imagine if the basketball hipsters existed back then the way that they do now?
My gosh.
They would be his favorite player because y'all be going crazy over fucking what's the dude, the young man from Orlando, not Orlando, from the Pelicans.
Yeah.
I don't like I don't care that much about the defensive switchability. Does this nigga get buckets or nah? Oh, Cade got the most buckets. Cool. He should have been the rookie of the year.
End of story.
Right.
The rookie of the year is not Team Ward. If it was, then Melo should have got it instead of LeBron.
Now, this person did not win rookie of the year, but Pelicans roster. Why can't I think of his name? His name is Herb Jones. Yeah, so there was like at least one person that gave Herb Jones a first place vote over Cade Cunningham. Like, what are you just trying to like have a hot take so you can put it on your resume?
Yes, on their podcast.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't.
Herb Jones.
No.
Over Cade Cunningham.
Not gonna be able to do it. Anyways.
Not gonna be able to die.
Right. Fucking.
Not gonna be able to die.
All
That's
right.
so extreme.
And finally, I think number 6.
Number 6.
Mr. Big Shot.
Hey.
Chauncey.
Oh, I'm surprised Chauncey ain't in the
Billups.
top 5.
It's a tough,
Wait, let me see.
It's a tough top 5, bro.
Let me see.
It's a tough top 5.
I can only think of 4.
Some controversy. We'll get there next week. I'm
gonna have to listen to this episode so I can hear your list over again.
Dog, Chauncey, motherfucker. Dog, he was so good.
He was, bro. Chauncey was awesome.
One of the reasons, okay, so 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 2-time All-Defense.
Do you remember that Nets game when it just kept going in overtime?
And this nigga kept hitting half-court threes.
So
he hit like 3.
Dog, so I have a funny story about that game. That game was on. I was recording it because me and my boy were going. Ironically, the same homie that I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh with when I was a kid. But he was at my house and that game was on. We were recording it. We went outside to play basketball. It was dark out, and we had like turn the lights on the house so we could shoot on the rim outside. We go outside and we play. This was the game had it was 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, so we're like, all right, man, like it's over. We're about to go outside, and then we'll just watch the end of it when we come back in because I was recording it in my room. But we literally go outside, play 3 games of 21. We come back in, and the game is in the second overtime. And I was just like, wait, this game's not over? And then they start showing the highlights and the recap. And I'm like, dog, what did we miss? You know what I'm saying? This dude Chauncey just kept making half-court shots.
Bro, 40-footers, bro. I think that might be the game that he got the Mr. Big Shot nickname from specifically. So yeah, man, Chauncey is a good story because he's one of the first examples of a reclamation project where he was a really high draft pick. He was picked, I think, 4th overall, 3rd overall, and he almost busted a little bit, man. He struggled his first 4 years in Boston and then in Denver and then in Minnesota because he played with KG for a minute. And he finally got an opportunity. The Pistons wrote him a check in 2003. He came over because I remember Chucky Atkins was the point guard before him.
Boy, Chucky Atkins.
Chucky Atkins had his moments, but he was no Chauncey.
Obviously not.
And he came over and started balling,
Chucky
bro.
Atkins could hoop, though.
Yeah, he was a bucket.
Didn't you tell me a story was that you that told me that? Or was it somebody else?
Depends.
That Chucky Atkins was playing in a Pro-Am, and dudes was clowning him because he was Chucky Atkins.
Oh yeah, and then he went crazy. Yeah. He was at Saint Cecilia.
Okay.
And
professional basketball player.
Oh, y'all thought this was a joke? Okay, cool. Let me score whenever I want now. And there's nothing you can do to stop it.
There's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it.
So
clown.
There was a stretch here during his prime where he averaged 18 and 9, 18 and 8 for 6 straight years.
Oh my goodness.
Had a year in Denver after he left the Pistons. Man, what a sad trade that was. Fuck.
Oh man.
And we traded for Allen Iverson. Come on, Joe D. What are we doing? And I love AI, but not that AI, and not for Chauncey.
Right.
Not AI in 2019 or when was that? 2009.
Yeah,
Fuck
that was
no.
a bad. That trade really hurt them.
That was
too.
the end. That was the end of the Pistons.
Yeah, that trade hurt them for
Yeah.
years to come.
That was the end of relevancy. We have not been relevant until now recently.
Hey man,
Since
it's
then.
okay, bud.
So yeah, Chauncey, man, number 6. Interesting top 5, man. I can't wait for next week. So just to wrap.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I said, I need to listen to this episode so I can hear your recap because
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the recap. Then I'm gonna just
don't
I'm gonna just let you
because I want
figure it out.
I want to see.
Boom.
Bang. All right, man, let's go. We did our top 10.
We're
last
giving y'all some bang for your buck this episode. We're running long here, but it's all
running
good.
a little long. Last week we gave y'all the SwordCast definitive top 10 favorite movies of the 90s. It had a couple movies on there I didn't really care too much about, but it's all good, man. We're gonna do our personal list now.
Yes, sir.
So let's go, man. I mean, I'm excited to talk about some 90s movies. I mean, the 90s, man, what can I say? Like, all I think about, this was my childhood. Like, this was our childhood, man. 90s, this was, our era. This was our era of entertainment. This, like, kind of built the things that we like now started here. Like we were talking about some of the like kind of, I guess, forgotten movies a little bit earlier, but like this was also, this was like the time where we got into anime, and this was like the time we got into martial arts stuff, and this was like there's so much here, man, in the 90s. So let's get it, man. What's your top 10?
And now that I'm looking at my honorable mentions, I'm really surprised that some of these movies didn't make it, because we did a new thing where the honorable mentions got some points.
Yeah, I did honorable mentions got half points.
Got some points. So this is weird, man. Weird that because I got Mighty Ducks as an honorable mention.
And again, man, like when you think of the 90s, like kids sports movies were huge in the 90s, like Mighty Ducks, Sandlot, Rookie of the Year, Space Jam,
Dogs.
Little Giants.
Yep. I had Surf Ninjas on there. I had Power Rangers on there.
Oh my goodness, there's too many good movies.
Super Cop, Drunken Master 2.
Oh my gosh.
Very surprised to not see Drunken Master on there, but we're some like martial arts film nerds. So.
Yeah. Facts.
Right. Number 10. I bet you I was the only person. There might have been one other person that had this on their list, but y'all know my relationship with martial arts, particularly my relationships with capoeira. Only the Strong.
Yes. You told me. Yeah.
Starring Mark Descascos, or however you pronounce his name, who was totally not Brazilian, but he learned and looked pretty convincing doing the capoeira in that movie. It was very, very good. I used to rent that movie from Blockbuster all the fucking time.
Oh, man.
And it was like one of the first instances of pop culture being centered around capoeira. It was phenomenal. Love that movie. It's my number 10. Did anybody else have that on their list?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Highly recommended, though. Only the Strong. Number 9. And this one definitely made the list. Deservedly so. A little low on my list, if I'm being honest, but it still made it. Blade.
Yes, sir. Blade made the definitive top 10 list. This movie is so sick. And again, we'll always give props to that opening scene where he walks into the club and kills all the vampires. Awesome. This was my first. I actually remember the very first time I saw Blade, bro. My uncle, shout out to Uncle Mike, the bootleg king in my family.
Nice.
And it was a holiday party. I don't know if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I just remember being over at my Uncle Mike and Auntie Thel's house. All the kids, we were in the room playing Sega or whatever, and all the grown-ups were watching Blade in the living room. And I remember going out there and I'm like, yo, what is this? And they're like, oh, this Blade, this that new Wesley, you know, and they're not, you know, they're not looking at it like it's comic book movie. They're looking at it like this that new Wesley, this is Blade. And I said, looked at my brother Chris.
What?
Blade from the Spider-Man cartoon?
Right.
That's where I knew him from.
Light-skinned Blade.
And then we just go, and then they're like, y'all can't watch this. Go back in the room. It was rated R, you know. So, bruh, what you think we did? Go home. Mom, we want to see Blade. Mom, we want to see Blade. Mom, we want to see Blade. Mom, we want to see Blade.
Mm-hmm.
R-rated movie in the movie theater.
and it was a hard R.
It was a hard R.
Yeah.
Oh man, good times.
Shout out to Blade. All right,
movie's awesome.
Number
6.
Number 8. Another one, man. Very surprised to not see this one on the list, dog. Ghost in the Shell.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. I told you that was one of the ones that I was most surprised that did not make it. That movie,
oh my god,
is
dog.
awesome.
It doesn't even matter if you don't understand what's happening, because I didn't until I was grown. But still, it just looks so sweet, bro.
Yeah, and it was just one of those. Again, it was one of those movies that I just rented all the time.
And it was, dog, I was like mainlining anime at that point. Like, it was like just snorting it straight into my just like pure anime. I went because I got introduced to Akira, and I was like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck is this?
Facts.
And then there was something else. There was like you know what it was? This is a real deep cut here.
Hey, well, actually,
It was Akira, and then so that's what like opened my eyes to like, that's a really interesting style of artwork there.
Yeah,
It seems
and then you see something
Asian or something. Because I'm 8, I don't fucking know what
Right.
Japanese. I can't really easily discern the difference between Japanese or Chinese or whatever. So what I saw next, which like reminded me of like, oh shit, that's like that other thing that I saw was, man, this is a deep cut.
hey, well, actually,
Bro, Project AKO. Do you remember that?
Project AKO.
It came on the Sci-Fi
Oh,
channel. It was one of those sci-fi movies, those anime
Yeah, pull it up
sci-fi
real
shows.
Yeah, because this sci-fi was what did they used to call it? They used to do
Animondays is what they called it
and
on
they
Sci-Fi.
but they weren't even calling it anime. They
they
were
called
calling
it
Japanimation.
Japanimation. Yeah.
And
Oh my god, that shit sounds so offensive.
It sounds terrible. But they were showing some anime stuff, man. Like they were showing like, you ever seen this movie called Wicked City?
Yes.
They were showing like, that's a super violent and inappropriate anime movie too. But
so
they were
Project
showing
AKA, this came out in 1986. So I remember this was about. I just remember this girl who was like fast as hell for some reason. Like I remember the opening scene, she like ran to school, but she was like knocking people over and like running over cars and shit like that. And then I remember this. I very distinctly remember that there were like women that were like super muscular, like literally like this. They were like muscular women that were like aliens at the end of the movie. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? And then the next thing that I saw to like, okay, this is a genre now, and I know what to look for. I know how to find it now. Was Ghost in the Shell. And then from there it was all, dog. I remember exactly where in Blockbuster, the Blockbuster on 9 Mile and Livernois. I remember exactly where the anime section was in the building. Appleseed, Pat Labor,
Ninja
Gundam,
Scroll.
Ninja Scroll. I rented Akira 5 or 6 more times. I'm trying to. There was another real like. MD Geist definitely shouldn't have seen that one. Holy shit.
Oh no, there was a lot, man. There's a lot.
Devil. I didn't watch. I never. Oh, Boa. You remember that?
Boa.
That's one of the. That's definitely. I never had the courage to rent it, but I used to look at the box all the time. This guy. I know you remember seeing Bawa or Bawa.
Oh no, that was
I used to see
what's
that.
What's the isn't there a longer name for that? Or is it just called
Bawa the Visitor?
Something like that. Yeah, that was like scary.
Hell yeah. I remember seeing the box art and I'm like, yo, I'm
not sure if I should pick that one up.
I used to see Devilman. I saw the Devilman box art too and was unsure. But yeah, so anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that this was an era. Oh my, I want to watch this shit now. Now that I'm grown, this looked like some hardcore, violent as fuck 90s, and I'm about to watch this shit.
Oh my god!
Let's see if I got the courage for it as a grown man. And then Fist of the North Star. That was another one. So anyways, right. All right, man. So Ghost in the Shell, y'all are disappointing for not having that in your top 10, but
that's facts.
Number 6. How the fuck was this not on the list, bro?
Oh my gosh.
Yo. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped this one too. There's like 3 in a row here that I'm stunned we're not on the list. Number 7, man. 1995 Power Rangers.
Bro, the holy grail of bad movies. Yeah, that's what I call it. It's bro, you will not find a movie that is from the 90s that is cooler but a completely cheesy bad movie. Like
these niggas skydived onto some rollerblades.
And Tommy comes on a board. Gotta be cooler than everybody.
I gotta one up all my friends.
Bro,
and
I ran this VHS. Bro, the way that this, not just the Ninjetti suits, but the way that the suits look.
Yeah, they look like Iron Man suits, kind of.
Like the 90s, bro, again, this was a time of, like, live, like other adaptations. Like, they were making movies out of stuff that we already had experienced in other forms, like shows, video games. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, this was huge for us. And
huge.
Spoiler, I'm going to talk about it, but this movie, and there's another movie that I don't know if it's on your list or not, but I'll talk about it. Some things that were getting turned into films and being at that age where you could go and we were seeing it in the theaters, bro. It was crazy.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think it's part of the 3 in a row here that I'm really disappointed in not seeing, because they gave him a budget, man. This wasn't a Super Sentai.
No, this was a film. This was like a nice,
because this might have been the first time where they weren't using Super Sentai.
Oh no, it was. I think I remember watching a video about this movie, and this was the first time that they were actually doing the stuff, and which they could, but they never. They were always just doing
using the footage.
Yeah, the footage. Yeah. And the only time it was them was when they were outside of the suits.
But yeah, no, this was man, I love this movie. It was Ivan Ooze was a cackling madman just like all the rest of them. And then the finishing move was that they need him in the nuts.
Bro. Literally. Such a 90s, and his eyeballs came out of his head. The ball shot.
And dog, the CGI on that shit was so trash.
Oh, it's just that's another thing. This is some of the worst CGI of all time.
Dog, that shit was so trash. Nintendo 64.
It aged terribly.
Holy shit.
This was some of the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life.
Look at this nigga. Look at Ivan Ooze, bro.
Oh my gosh, bro. That CGI, man, that was some really bad CGI.
Oh my lord! Why did they even try to do this?
What you mean? It was fantastic.
You remember when the Ivan Ooze version of the putties, and they like kicked them niggas into fucking silly putty,
into Jello,
right? Into like string cheese.
That scene, bro, where they're in that like parking garage warehouse,
fire.
Oh my god.
Aisha brings out the
when I was a
flashlight.
Kid, I would watch the scene where they freaking skydived into rollerblades, and then I would just fast forward right to that part.
I remember being really
action boy now.
I remember being really fascinated with how it always seemed like Adam always got the shit kicked out of him, and he would
Adam was good though.
No, he was good.
I was mad that they didn't have Zach, but he was.
Oh no, he was good.
He was a good Black Ranger though.
I liked him, but like what I thought was funny was anytime he got kicked really hard, he would like do like a million flips,
bro.
They would get kicking the shit out of him. Dog.
There's that one scene where they're like regrouping and he just flips into this.
He just rolls over.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, dog. That nigga
Oh
was
my
in
goodness,
mid
bro.
ass kick
It
and
was
just
so
rolled
funny.
over into the regrouping. Hilarious.
Yes, that part.
Okay, man, y'all messed up. This movie should have been on here. And then
Facts.
for the trifecta of movies that absolutely, I'm sorry, that's only the first one. Here's number 2 movie that definitely should have been on you guys' list. The first or second, but I chose the first Three Ninjas movie.
Bro,
Come
let's
on now.
go.
Come on.
I personally, oh man, Three Ninjas so good. I personally loved the second one where they go to
Go to Japan. I still know
and they
that
meet the girl,
that
and they
montage
meet the girl.
song.
Me too.
I know that whole thing.
I know the
by
whole
heart
song.
now.
It's
So good.
easy work. I know
Yep.
that whole song. I love when they go to Japan and they meet the girl Mia.
And she was
And
beating
she
the
was
dog
beating
shit out of
Colts.
Colt.
Bro,
She was whooping Colt's ass, dog. And Colt was putting in work.
he was putting the Cole was my favorite.
Me too, dog.
And-
Colt, I feel
and
like
Mia
Colt had
was,
the most tech.
He
out
did.
of
Oh,
anybody.
100. He did. He was like the one that was like. Rocky was the leader, but Colt was always the one that was like really into
Dog,
the stuff.
I want the smoke with
Yeah,
with
bro.
like these adults.
Like there's that one scene in the first movie where the dude's breaking their house and Colt's like getting frustrated that the weapons are gone.
Right.
Remember?
They took our weapons.
Where's the knife throwers? The stars in this.
I think one of the things that he said was, "Where's the flamethrower?" I think that's one of the things that he said.
He does though.
The flamethrower, dog. Where's the fucking?
Where's the
strap, dog? Who put our gun away so I can blow these niggas away right quick?
Oh my god, where's the flamethrowers? Yeah, bro. Remember the pepper bombs?
Oh, dog. Yep.
Oh,
Pepper
Three
bombs.
Ninjas. So good.
They put the
Classic.
Pepto-Bismol in my man's coat. Dude, I don't feel so hot.
Oh man.
Love the lighting up the eyes, boys.
Light up the eyes.
And then the Snyder fucking guitar lick. Kick the dog shit out of
Oh
Mr.
my
Miyagi.
God,
Mr. Miyagi
bro.
wasn't that
The
grandpa, but the
Shintaro,
actor. Yeah. Kicked the dog shit out of him. It looked like he kicked his jaw off.
Facts.
And it looked like he was too old to be taking that bump too. I was like, bro, that shit looked like it hurt for real.
He was putting in work.
He was
taking some shots.
There was a couple of scenes where it was clearly a stunt double, but he did a lot of that shit on his own.
Yeah, he was
at
out
like
there.
age 75.
Snyder. I don't care what anybody says. That was Kenny Omega's gimmick when he was a champ.
Facts.
He's
100%.
acting just like this guy,
100%.
man.
Snyder, dog, with that fake ass money in the beginning.
Oh
On
my
behalf
God.
of the people of my country, I would like to say you're under arrest. Hey, kick the shit out of that nigga, bro. He kicked them into like those boxes.
Bro, that movie is so ridiculous.
I remember at one scene, Snyder threatened to tear somebody's
Doesn't their
liver
dad
out.
just like start shooting a gun?
Yeah, just start shooting randomly into the air. Like, bro, what the fuck you doing? Snyder, my man. Three Ninjas, what y'all doing? Fantastic movie.
Oh man.
All right, and here's a trifecta. I think I could be wrong. I might have forgotten. But Mortal Kombat wasn't on y'all's list.
Oh man. Mortal Kombat.
The original Mortal Kombat?
The greatest video game movie ever made.
To this day, dog.
To this day. Sonic 2 is probably number 2 now.
Yes.
That second Sonic movie was fire.
I agree.
Um,
Yeah, man. Number 5, Mortal Kombat, bro. Not
oh my
Annihilation.
goodness, man. There's
The first
so
one.
many good movies.
Wait, was that
dog.
1994? Or
That was 95. Oh, I remember.
My God, what a year! Holy shit!
I remember this movie.
This movie was sweet as fuck, bro.
My favorite thing about this movie, dog, I'll never forget. I saw that the most random double feature film in the history of my life. Mortal Kombat and Mulan, dog.
Dog,
Or no. Mortal Kombat and Pocahontas.
That's even weirder.
I'll never forget.
Weirder.
My Uncle Smokey that just passed, man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He took me, my brother, all my cousins, and we went to see freaking Pocahontas / Mortal Kombat. Double feature.
That's crazy. That's super ironic. One of my memories that I have with this is that when I was pretty new to karate still. I think I was like starting to get excited about it. But I remember recognizing especially here with like Sub-Zero and the scene where he was fighting those monks. Dog, this is very specifically Omari humor right here. But I just remember the sounds that nigga was making when he was like,
oh my god, yeah.
That nigga was making the weirdest like, dog, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, that shit used to have me cracking up as a kid.
That dude was shredded.
He was ripped. He was fucking in shape, dog.
Then he just got frozen.
And then he got icicled to death. But I remember seeing that scene and like being like, oh, bro, that's the same punches that we do. That's pretty cool.
Right now, oh my goodness, that movie is so fire. Right now, that Mortal Kombat movie, what is your favorite part from that movie?
Part or like fight
just
scene?
Like what? Just with either one.
I mean that one is
bro,
up there.
When he fights Reptile, bro, that part is so good. Remember when they're looking for Princess Katana and Reptile just comes out of nowhere because Reptile was that little thing.
I think that's in. That's not in Violation.
That's in the first one.
Okay. Oh yeah, and he's not in green form until Annihilation, right? Yeah. Or is he? I don't remember. No, but yes, I do. I remember Reptile beating the dog shit out of Liu Kang. And I also remember him doing some capoeira too, which was dope.
That fight was awesome.
My favorite scene was probably Johnny Cage versus Scorpion.
Scorpion, yeah.
Get down here, dog. He was stomping that nigga out.
He was stomping him out. Yeah, he's just covering his face.
His sound effects, bro. Getting stomped out like he was in the hood, bro. It was amazing. And then obviously, your soul is mine.
Lewd. Yeah, man. Great.
Okay,
man, so
another
good.
one. So this is just a funny ass. I just love martial artists just being into their shit. Do you remember this scene where like Sub-Zero was doing his finishing move and he was gonna make the like ice, and this nigga like got down into the stance, dog?
Yeah, bro.
I was like, okay, you look kind of funny, but do your thing, bro.
Do your thing, and then Liu Kang just kind of threw the bucket at him, killed him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do remember this. This Reptile scene was fire.
Oh, that fight was awesome. And they said his name and everything. Reptile.
Yeah, no, that shit was cold.
Yeah, bro.
And then
how did this movie not make the list?
I don't understand. I also remember Reptile, like, it was at one point where Reptile got done with the posturing and was like, all right, bet. Like, I'm just about to square up with this nigga.
Scrap.
And, dog, what a great movie. And then just being a martial arts snob, I remember the Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero fight. Look at this horse stance that Sub-Zero is in. Fucking picture perfect.
This movie is so good. I don't see how this movie didn't make the definitive.
You guys are disappointing, man. Come on.
90s, man.
All right.
And your number one Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So I'm going a little quicker here. Number 4, I didn't expect anybody to have this on the list, but giving some love to Star Trek First Contact.
Hey.
My favorite Star Trek movie is it's the first movie about the Borg. It's when it's when Picard gives that over the top dramatic ass speech. They destroy entire worlds, and what did he say? And we do nothing. The line must be drawn this far, no further. Love it. Yeah. Shout out to Picard. Shout out to Patrick Stewart. Man, I hope he lives for 200 years, man. When he passes away, I'm gonna be so sad. Him and like Avery Brooks. I need y'all niggas to live for like 100 more years, please. And number 3, bro, I was very surprised to not see this one either. Hook.
Oh my God, there's too many good 90s movies.
1993, I think that was.
There's too many good ones.
Hook, man. That might have been 95. Oh, that was 91. Okay, that's early. Yeah, this is probably my favorite Robin Williams film. This movie has some people acting their fucking asses off.
Yeah,
Dustin Hoffman.
That movie's awesome.
Ass off. The guy who played Shmi.
Shmi.
Who was that? Bob Hoskins. Ass off. Like, this was like legitimate. I think they wanted this movie to win an Oscar, but apparently it didn't do well. It didn't review very well.
That's weird because that movie is fire.
It's amazing. I love that movie. And then obviously the best fucking roasting scene of all time
ever in film history.
You rude, crude dude, pack of pre-chewed food, dude.
You mad? You stupid man!
That one that
Nearsighted gynecologist.
Wait, here it's actually here. I didn't even have to look for it.
Oh no!
I didn't have to look for it. It just popped up.
That's so many songs you can keep listening until you
Get him.
Oh my god. Monk tongue.
You're a very ill-mannered young man. You know that?
Turn it up.
Come on, you can do better than that.
Can't believe you're encouraging.
Yeah, show me your fastball, dust brain. Punchy, sag bottom, cute pot.
Baking this nigga, bro.
You're a very poor role model for these kids. You know that? You don't even have a 4th grade reading level.
And a little suck navel.
Maybe a 5th grade reading level.
Rufio about to fry this nigga. Watch.
Little dripping, beef fart sniffing, bubble butt.
Someone has a severe caca mouth. You know that?
Fart factory. Sludge slimed, sack of rat guts and cat vomit. Cheesy scab hick, pimple squeezing, finger bandage. A big old maggot burger
Bacon.
resting on it and flies on the side.
Substitute chemistry teacher.
Hit him back.
Mung tongue.
Math tutor.
Math tutor.
Pinhead.
Prison worker.
Mother lover.
Nearsighted gynecologist.
Oh, that went over his head.
Cake.
In your rear, cow derriere.
Lying, crying, spying, prying, ultra pig.
You lewd, crude, rude, bag of pre-chewed food, dude.
Hey. You mad? You stupid man!
Why don't you just eat me?
Nah, let's go, man.
God, that movie.
So
Bro,
good.
there's too many good 90s movies.
Y'all disappointed us, man. Come on. All right, and number 2, of course, we've talked about. I'm gonna fly through these next 2. We've talked about them enough. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1999 or 1990,
Let's go.
and number 1, The Matrix.
Yes, sir. The 90s, man. More than anything with my list, I wanted it to really hardcore reflect my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted it to do more than anything. So honorable mentions, there's a lot, but there's like movies that I love that I just aren't going to put on here because I didn't really see them until I was older.
Yes.
Like Iron Monkey, I love Iron. You already know how I feel about Iron Monkey. It's one of my top 5 favorite martial arts movies, but I'm not going to put it on here. Drunken Master 2, love that movie. Not going to put it on here. Blade, Matrix, Princess Mononoke, Mulan, Toy Story, Little Giant, Small Soldiers, Jumanji, Lion King, Matilda, Miss Doubtfire. These are just some of my favorite 90s movies. But this list, like I said, I really wanted this list to be the movies that like I just loved when I was a kid in the 90s. So that's what this list does. Starting my list off at number 10. Come with me if you want to live. Terminator 2, man.
Yes, sir.
Judgment Day. Shout out to my brother Chris, man. We used to watch this movie. Literally, this was a movie that we watched like all the time. I remember your parents used to have the VHS tapes where they recorded stuff. And there was a VHS tape that we had, and it was, remember they would record stuff and they put a label on it with all the movies that were on it. Mm-hmm. That mug had Terminator 2, Commando.
Oh yeah.
And there was another action movie. I think it was Terminator 2, Commando, and like Last Action Hero or something, all on one.
Yep.
The VHS tape.
My dad used to make tapes like that, man. One of them had Last Action Hero and Demolition Man on the same one.
That's fire. Man, shout out to Demolition Man. Last Action Hero, again, another really good movie. But number 10, Terminator 2, we used to love that movie. Mom! We used to always make fun of John Connor because he used to be screaming so much
at
in
his
that
mom.
movie.
What is he, Meek Mill?
Bruh. My number 9. Come on, number 9, man. Let's go. Hook.
Let's
love
go,
this
dog.
movie so much, man. I love
So
Hook
good.
so much. It's such a good movie. I don't understand how people didn't. You said it didn't do well when it came out. That movie's amazing, man. Like, I really, really love that movie. Again, like the hilarious part that we just watched, but
Got a 29 on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild.
Like, even if you just go back and even the message behind it, like that movie is awesome. I love Hook. One of my favorite movies ever. Robin Williams, the GOAT in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
The Hook, Jumanji. I said the Hook. Hook, Jumanji, Mrs. Doubtfire. Like Flubber was good. He was not missing in the 90s, man. Oh, Jack. Remember Jack? The movie about he had like the disease where he's aging faster than everybody
Toys,
else.
you remember that?
Toys, Goodwill Hunting. He's in that too, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, man. He was.
That might have been one of his first. Oh, and then Patch Adams. Random as fuck. Fun fact: my dad was in Patch Adams.
What?
When I say as an extra, I mean a super extra. Like, because they filmed Patch Adams at the University of North Carolina where my dad taught. And there was one scene where they were all in the auditorium and he was in there.
That's awesome.
He said he got to meet Robin Williams, and he said he was funny and cool, of course.
That's fire. Yeah. He seems like he would have been like one of the all-time great human beings.
Yeah. Man, when that one was tough when he passed. That was a hard one for me.
Shout out to Robin Williams, man. Legend. Hook coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8. Let's go. We just talked about it. 3 Ninjas. I think as a kid, I don't think there's a movie that me and my brother bonded over more than 3 Ninjas. We used to watch this movie all the time. The first 2, the second one, even though I love it, it was weird that they changed the actors. I think
they
Colt
did.
I think Colt was the only one that was an original.
But then they all come back in the third movie.
But then they all come back in the third movie.
So weird.
But the first one is definitely the one that people remember.
Yep.
Just hilarious, dope, good. Just classic 90s, man. The 90s was the time where
Wait a minute, bro.
What up?
We forgot about the most ridiculous scene in that whole movie, where Colt is playing basketball against a bully and dunks on this nigga.
No, Rocky dunks.
Rocky dunks.
This dude Rocky dunks, and he's like 10 years old,
bro. And when I say dunk, I'm saying he got his chest at the rim on some LeBron James shit. Absolutely destroyed them niggas.
The 90s was probably the worst time for like basketball scenes.
Oh my god,
basketball scenes and non-basketball like pieces of media.
Right,
it would be horrible. They totally would do the like shoots and then cut to the ball going in,
and it'd be the same clip every time.
It'd be the same clip. It would shoot a layup and it would be a swish.
They used to do that in Family Matters all the time.
Oh my god.
Yo, the 3 Ninjas with Hulk Hogan has a 0 on Rotten
Tomatoes.
Bruh,
what was that one? That was High Noon at Mega Mountain.
I don't think I ever saw that one, to be honest.
That movie sucks. They switched all the kids too.
Yeah,
man, the Mario Brothers movie.
Dog, I used to kind of fuck with that shit, guilty pleasure, kind of.
Hey, me too. I think we all did.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Ridiculous boots that it was like rocket boots or something.
And like, to be real, it was a really weird concept, but like I kind of,
what else you gonna do?
I kind of fucked with it, man. Like it was a little kind of a funky sci-fi version. I kind of fucked with it.
Plumbers and
right.
Whatever.
Mob bosses.
Mob bosses with Simpson hair.
Right.
But yeah, man, coming in at number 7. Let's go. Love this movie so much. Surf Ninjas, man. Coming in at number 7, we got Surf Ninjas.
Let's go.
Shout out to Ernie Reyes, man, one of my favorite martial arts actors ever. Surf Ninjas is so good. It's hilarious.
Ernie Reyes Jr. and Senior.
And Senior, yes. The plot, man, this is such a 90s plot. Like, bro, my man's has a Game Gear.
Yep.
And he has a magical video game that basically tells them everything that's happening in their life. You know what I'm saying? So dope. Sneaky Rob Schneider in this movie, and he is hilarious. He thinks he has psychic powers, and my man's. There's a big fight going on, and this dude is walking through the fight doing this.
Dog. Man.
Oh, my God. What if I lost my part? Oh, no. I had the screen responsibility, and I just lost it. Hilarious, man. Love that movie.
Ernie Reyes Sr. with the best ADR.
Oh, my goodness.
Skateboard!
Skateboard! He beating dude up with a skateboard. Awesome movie, man. Love that movie so much. Shout out to Surf Ninjas. Oh man, and the the Bob Aram song.
But yes, dog.
And then Moto Surf.
Moto surf.
Moto Surf.
I never knew what the fuck did they mean by that.
Bro, they were just like pretending like they were surfing.
On the car. That's
on
right.
the car. Yeah.
Moto surf.
Moto
like,
surf,
as
man.
in motor surf.
Yeah. Good times. Coming in at number 6, man, sticking with there's a lot of martial arts like kid movies on here because this is all I was watching at the time. And for the record, I really wanted to I do have an anime film on here, but you guys already know how much I love Ninja Scroll. You already know how much I love Ghost in the Shell. But I wanted to pick one that I guess kind of told my childhood a little better. So, but I will get to that later. Coming in number 6, man, let's go. You already know Mortal Kombat. Best video game movie ever made. This movie was a huge deal when it came out. Again, like I said, I remember being a kid and coming to school, and kids in my class were talking about this Mortal Kombat movie, and I was just like, "There's no Mortal Kombat movie," because you're a kid, you know, you kind of like don't watch that.
You
much
don't know what
TV.
the fuck you're
you
talking
don't know
about.
what's going on, and so I had this girl, her name was, I have a good memory. This girl, her name was Misha. And she brung a bootleg video of the Mortal Kombat movie. And I still didn't believe it. So then I went home and I put it in the VCR, and it was a freaking Mortal Kombat movie. So you know what I did? I didn't watch it. I turned it off, gave it back to the next day of school. I went to my brother and said, "Yo, there's a Mortal Kombat movie. We have to see this."
Yep.
Because this was like the height of Mortal Kombat. All the arcades, everybody you had it at home. Then my uncle took us to that random double feature, dog. Mortal Kombat Pocahontas, man.
That must have been like when it was late in its run, I bet.
Yeah, I think it was when it was late in its run. But this movie slaps. I remember that they did, I was a big G.I. Joe kid, and they did like the Mortal Kombat toys that were like in the same like G.I. Joe like made Mortal Kombat toys. Yeah, and I had a bunch of those too. So
I wonder, so this is sort of inside baseball here. So Ho-Sun Pak, who was superstar on WMCA Masters and also was the
real motion
mocap
cap for Liu Kang.
What
right?
kept him
like,
from being
in the movie?
Yeah, because it was the same time frame.
That's a good question.
I wonder. I think WMCA Masters was a little bit before this because I think they got onto WMCA Masters by being the Ninja Turtles. Because I think it was Ho-Sun Pak, it was Chris Casamassa, and
Ernie Reyes was one of the Turtles.
Ernie Reyes was one of them, and also Tsunami.
From
WMCA Masters.
And then Hakeem the Machine was in the movie Mortal Kombat. He has that scene where he's fighting Liu Kang.
Look, bro, on some nigga, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. Like, as a young martial artist, I was like, yo, that guy was awesome.
Yeah, bro. Facts.
Like, he was sweet. And I love that had the little like lion roar with him too.
And I think we already knew him from MAC Masters too.
I knew him already from that.
Masters. Yeah. So me too. So that was dope to see him in that movie. And let's get this top 5 going, man. Let's keep the 90s going. Number 5, bro. This is a deep cut, but I was obsessed with this movie. I had all the toys from this movie. Warriors of Virtue, man.
Wow.
Yo,
I'm wrong. WMCA Masters actually was after Mortal Kombat.
So that means when we saw him on there, we were like, "Yo, that's the dude for Mortal Kombat."
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. So I'm sure he probably auditioned for the role. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, man, number 5, Warriors of Virtue, bro. This movie has Kung Fu kangaroos, man.
Yes.
90s. Crazy, over the top, cackling madman villain. But bro, you know what? The fights in this movie are amazing.
They're fire.
This is another movie that is like an underrated, like 90s kind of corny. But bro, the fights in this movie are crazy. They're so good. I love Warriors of Virtue, one of my favorite movies of all time. Coming in at number 4. Let's go, man. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. We already talked about how this is, in my opinion, this is the holy grail of bad movies, bro. Like, it's so cheesy and so bad, but it's so cool. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, again, like, I have another one that's after this, but like, bro, this was just that big screen adaptation of something that we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? And there was like everybody was like losing their minds over this. You know, we had Mortal Kombat, the Power Rangers movie, just amazing time to be a kid. And I love this movie. I still love it now. You know, so. Shout out to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, man. I love that movie. The Ninjetti outfits were fire.
Cold.
The part where I love the part where they're obviously we talked about the warehouse part, but they had like the little suit upgrades. Suits were fire. Aisha had the lights on her helmet. Remember Rocky Red Ranger had the visor,
the infrared.
Yeah, man, it was just so dope, man. So shout out to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie and Tommy with the bicycle kick on my man's, the Liu Kang bicycle kick, and then he crazy
kicked them into potpourri.
But that's my number 4. Coming in number 3. If there's one thing that defined my childhood in the 90s, man, Pokemon, the first movie.
Hey,
let's go. I had to pick this as like my anime movie. Bro, this movie was huge when this came out, bro.
Man,
like
I saw that shit in theaters.
I was crying at the end. Like I just remember this movie came out I think in 98. So I was already like really deep into being obsessed with Pokemon.
Oh, no
question. Time. So this movie coming out was insane, bro. And then I just remember like we had never seen Mewtwo, like, so we had him in the game. Or Mew was like a myth, kind of. Like, they showed him at the beginning of the show in the intro, but that was it. And, like, then I just remember that in the movie when Mewtwo had, like, they had him in the lab. The mask, my God, it's the helmet. So good, man. Yeah. This movie's awesome. I still love it now. But definitely, like, when I was saying how the 90s had all these, like, big screen versions of things that we were growing up on, like, Pokemon was definitely huge for me, so that's my number 3. Number 2, let's go, man. Star Wars made its return in the 90s, man. You guys know how much I love this movie. My favorite Star Wars movie, The Phantom Menace, Darth Maul. I still remember, shout out to Steve, man. That's my stepdad, but my dad for real. Got me into Star Wars, man. Took me to see this movie. And Darth Maul, man, I never wanted anything more for Christmas in my life than I wanted that lightsaber that Darth Maul had. So dope. And I got it for Christmas, bro. And that's when I fell in love with Star Wars, man. I don't gotta sit here and talk about this movie. You already know how I feel about this movie. Shout out to Phantom Menace. And number 1, my favorite movie from the 90s. You already know what it is. Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds. Come on, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. 1990. The GOAT. The best. So good, still the best Ninja Turtles movie. It was dark. The action was good. Shredder was awesome. It was funny. It was comic book accurate. This is the best Ninja Turtles movie ever. I love this movie, man. Totally. So much.
I recently I told you about this. Within the past couple of months, I went back and watched. I tried to watch all 3, but I mostly the first 2.
It's sad, man. Like when you see how different they are, because this is the one that made the parents complain. It was too dark. Yeah. It was. You know what I mean? They bro, just being a kid and hearing Raph say the D word. You know what I'm saying? Like he says it like 3 times. Damn. That was nuts. Like the fights were awesome. Shredder was crazy, scary, and dope. The fight on the rooftop when they fight Shredder is so good, man. And then like this movie, man, it's so good, bro. This movie, I told you, fun fact, this was the biggest, like, largest grossing independent film for like 10 years. I don't think it lost until Blair Witch Project came out, and that came out in like 98 or 99. And then that took its spot. But this movie was like mad successful, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
And so shout out to Ninja Turtles. That's my number 1. You already know. My top 10. And again, I made this list entirely based off my childhood. That's what I tried to do. So a lot of movies that didn't make it, I love those movies, but this is my top 10. Terminator 2, Hook, Three Ninjas, Surf Ninjas, Mortal Kombat, Warriors of Virtue, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Pokemon the first movie, Star Wars The Phantom Menace, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, dog. 1990. The 90s, so good.
Yep. Don't get no better than that.
Oh my gosh, man. Yes, sir. That's it, man. We'll catch y'all next week.
Nice long episode.
Nice long episode. It's been a minute. We kept you guys over, so you'll be all right. Thanks for listening. Peace.